Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today, I'd like to welcome back my friend Mandy McEwen, the founder of Mod Girl Marketing. Mod Girl Marketing is a leader in the field of online marketing and branding. Mandy grows brands with humanized LinkedIn marketing and thought leadership. Mandy is a real-life social media rock star. She works with companies that want to leverage the power of LinkedIn to increase revenue and brand authority. Now, I don't have a favorite person that I've interviewed over the years, but if I did, it would probably be Mandy. I'm one of her pupils, as she has been my main LinkedIn coach. She has appeared on several Top Gun shows in the past, and her interviews are always among the highest watched episodes. We're continuing this popular series called Top Gun Tips of the Month, featuring Mandy. Mandy will share some incredible LinkedIn tips that you can apply today. Mandy, welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Steve. Today,
Baby. Okay, well, I want to ask you. There's a lot of people we've been talking about in past episodes, the profile and how to set that up, and above the fold, and we've talked about creator mode and all those things. Let's talk about daily disciplines. What can a LinkedIn user do to create some valid, meaningful activity or posts on a daily basis, like just 15 minutes a day?
yeah, solid question. And this is something that a lot of people get confused about, and then they just don't do anything because they're overwhelmed because they don't know what the hell to do on LinkedIn. So I'm going to help you guys today and make it super easy for you to get results on LinkedIn, even if you don't like writing content and posting, etc. So the first thing that is so important that most people don't do is engagement. And what I mean by engagement is commenting on certain posts, strategic posts in your industry from other influencers, thought leaders, and also particular prospects or target accounts that you're going after. So there's so many benefits of this, and I'm going to go into those here in a second. But before I do, I want to clarify what I mean by leaving a comment. I don't mean commenting, "Hey, Steve, great video," smiley face. Like that's not going to cut it. Okay. That's nice for you to say, but it needs to be meaningful. So we're talking 3 to 4 lines, a meaningful comment. And then what you can do is you can take those comments that you leave, put them into a document, and then you can make those posts at a later date so you don't have to think of new content. So I do this all the time. So you want to try to leave 10 meaningful comments a day. If you can't do 10, try to do 5. It doesn't take this long. How you do this, make sure you're following certain hashtags on LinkedIn. You can follow hashtags, then you can click on them when you log in and you can see what's been posted recently. You can use the filter buttons to make sure that you're looking at recent posts from the last 24 hours or even the last hour. It pays off if you are one of the first people to comment on people's posts that end up being popular, because you're going to get more traction and more views on that. And so what you want to do is leave meaningful comments on people's posts, not just for prospective target accounts that you want to land, but also other industry influencers and possibly partners that you could partner with for a win-win relationship. And it's going to do a few things. A, it's going to get you on people's radars in that community, especially if it's popular posts. And B, it's going to get you on the radar of the person that you're posting on. And then C, it's going to give you content that you can use at a later date. So that's my number one tip that everyone should be doing every single day, is leaving at least 5, 10, if possible, meaningful comments that are industry specific. Don't go on some random person's post that has nothing to do with your industry and leave a meaningful comment, because that's not going to do a whole lot. Does that make sense, Steve?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I've actually done that. There's a few people in the telecommunications industry that I follow religiously, and if they don't show up on my feed, actually, because you're always number one on my feed. I don't know how you do it, but you're always like the top of my feed. So I'll search these people, Jay McBain or somebody, and I'll see what they're posting, and it's always great content. Sometimes I'll copy things and use it later, or I'll repost his post and that type of thing. So that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something else you can do. Is if you're not a content creator, you need to be posting on LinkedIn, period. Like, if you want to get results on LinkedIn, you need to be posting. But if you're not comfortable yet coming up with your own unique content, what you just mentioned, Steve, is a great way. Share people's posts and then leave your thoughts on it. So if someone has an amazing post or an article or whatever, share it and then put your 2 cents. Don't just share it with nothing. Like, have context around it and explain why you enjoyed it. And then you can even tag them in it and you can share it. So that's not like my number one thing to do, because shared content doesn't get as much traction in the algorithm. Like LinkedIn, for some reason, even though they're trying to encourage people to share more. Now, if you notice on the comments, if you comment, it'll say share this post. That's new within the last 2 weeks, but we've still done some testing and there's still not more weight when it comes to sharing stuff. So it doesn't get as many views versus if you were to post your own content. Let's say, for example, you see a post of Steve and you love it, write your own 2 cents, tag Steve in it, and then say, click the link in the comments to view Steve's original post. You know, that's how I would prefer to do it. If I'm being honest here, but if it's easier for you guys just to share it, then share it, but don't neglect commenting. I wanted to get that point across to you, right? So comment, and then you can share as well.
Yeah, that's great. And I don't want to spill the whole beans here. We have a lot of future episodes to go, but Mandy's a big deal. I mean, you can make comments on this post that are meaningful and start with that. I mean, she's really a big deal. I know she has a contract with like $1 billion company to train all their salespeople. I mean, she's a big deal. So do what she says, and you can be like Mandy when you grow up.
Oh man, you're great. You're great. And on that note too, the commenting is huge, but while you do this every single day, you should be sending targeted connection requests from people. And the best way to do that is to comment on their posts first. So we use Sales Navigator. We target people who are active in the last 30 days, which means they've been posting the last 30 days. And before you even send a connection request, let's say you have a, targeted a list of, ABM marketing here, and you have targeted accounts you're going after. What you want to do before you send a connection request is go and engage with their content. So leave comments on their posts before you send the connection request. And then when you send the connection request, mention one of the posts that you commented on. And 99% of the time, they're going to say yes and accept your connection request because you're helping them by engaging with their content. As long as you're not weird and creepy and have like a weird message, most of the time they're going to accept it. So there's so many benefits of commenting on people's content, especially when it comes to using LinkedIn for a business development resource. You want to be doing that before you send these connection requests, because guess what? Hardly anyone is doing this. So if you're trying to get sales on LinkedIn, do something different that lazy people aren't doing. Engage with people's stuff and then send them a connection request.
Hashtag don't be lazy. Hashtag be like Mandy. So Mandy, thank you so much. I'm gonna cut it off here because we have to save tips for future episodes. Thank you for being a guest today on the Tip of the Month.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me. See you guys soon.
Thanks for watching, everybody.